Yo, what's up, guys? Just want to make this video for the chosen children of God. And if you are a chosen child of the Most High, you will know it because your life is not going to make sense to the average person. You know, you look back at your life, you look back at the type of lives that we lived. We were never supposed to survive from an emotional standpoint, the type of suffering we've gone through. You know, we know what it's like to be the weak kid, the shy kid, the kid that gets bullied, the kid that gets picked on by everybody, to being the strong guy who knows how to fight. We know what it's like to be the untalented kid, the one that everybody overlooks, a kid that's classified as a nerd, to being the type of person that knows how to sing and play an instrument. We know what it's like to be the unattractive guy that no girl wants to date, to being the type of guy that a lot of girls want to get with. We know what it's like to be the slow person, the person that everybody looks at as dumb, looks at as slow, looks at as mentally challenged, to being a person who has a lot of wisdom when it comes to not only life, but subjects such as world history, skills, graphic design, how to operate computers. We have that knowledge, not just knowledge, but wisdom in general, practical life wisdom when it comes to psychology, relationships, and things of this nature. We have gone from the bottom to the top in a sense. So we kind of have that wide variety of wisdom. We have different perspectives, and it's kind of like what it says in Ecclesiastes, where increaseth knowledge travaileth much sorrow. We had to walk through that sorrow. We had to go through that darkness in order to have the wisdom that we do now. And if the average person that didn't have the Spirit of God would have gone through what we went through, they probably would have self-deleted because they wouldn't have been able to handle the suffering. We didn't handle the suffering. It was God that got us through it. And, a lot of you out there, you're probably chosen children of God, but you just don't know it yet. You're stuck at a 9-to-5 job. You're stuck working a job you don't want to be at. And you're thinking to yourself deep down, man, I'm meant for something more than this. And the truth is, you probably are, but you just don't have that connection with God. You haven't really immersed yourself in the Word. You haven't really cultivated that relationship. You have seeking Him early because you've been distracted. You've been hypnotized by the things of this world, social media, gaming, perhaps substance abuse, drug abuse. So you don't really have that connection, but you're yearning for something more deep inside. So just look back at your life and look at all the suffering you've endured. Were you the outcast? Were you the slow person? Were you the unattractive guy? Were you the weak guy? Were you the talentless guy? Because chances are, if you're still alive after all that suffering, God is keeping you alive for a reason, and you have a responsibility to overcome that and create that to be a testimony. And once you do that, you'll start to walk in your calling and you start to become who God always called you to be. So don't give up. Seek God, find your purpose, and lock in, and you'll create greatness on this world. Hope you guys like this message. I'm out.